Hello ISP and Tenby Schools, my name is Liam Streat and I'm the new Head of PE at Tenby SEP in KL, and I just want to introduce you to what we're doing in physical education at the moment here, and we have decided to run a Healthy Body, Healthy Minds initiative whilst we're online, and I'm just going to sort of talk you through 11 steps of how we've got that done. Starting off with, we took them off timetable for 3 hours in one day to really hammer home what it is that we were expecting of them and make sure they fully understood what it was we were trying to do. Step one was that we basically made sure that they understood what physical activity was. We showed them lots of different videos. They started to understand that actually physical activity can be anything from doing a handstand to walking up the stairs, walking your dog. You know, it can be anything, and that was really important for us in terms of them engaging and starting to get interested in getting physically active. Bit two was that we wanted to make sure that they knew the importance of physical activity. So we looked at why we stay physically active, the benefits to our health, physically, mentally and socially, and they started to again break that down. Part three was them starting to link different physical activities to different benefits. So understanding that walking your dog or helping your family with chores not only helps you in terms of your physical development, but also starting to help you feel better mentally, and you know, all of the different benefits of playing sport, for example, so the social side of things, developing your cardiovascular endurance and all of those types of things. So linking different physical activities to different benefits in terms of their health. Part four to this was them understanding what it is to be healthy. What does healthy look like? How do we know if somebody is healthy? We looked, somebody brought up Usain Bolt, one of the students. Actually, you know, he wouldn't be deemed as healthy because he struggles with scoliosis. So them understanding that healthy isn't always exactly what you think, and somebody could be incredibly physically healthy but really struggling mentally. So really starting them to break down what health is and understand that it's not just physical. So the next part of this was them beginning to assess themselves. So we found an online assessment questionnaire basically that broke down their physical, mental and social well-being. They just answered questions and then they got sort of scores out of 40 for each different segment of well-being. We told them, you know, it was really important that they understood that this wasn't foolproof, and that if it came out that they were struggling mentally but they felt great, they didn't have to feel sad. So that was important, but actually just starting to make them think that each question really sort of drilled down a little bit deeper into their understanding of what well-being is, and then they had an idea of whether they should be focusing on their physical, mental or social if they didn't already. Next part was identifying barriers. So all of us, you know, make excuses or have reasons why we can't take part in physical activity. So we got the students to sort of work out what the most common barriers are. I think especially online is the distractions of things like Fortnite and social media, but also working out that every barrier can be broken down. So we looked at the barriers that are in place. Lots of people saying they didn't have enough time, lots of people saying that they couldn't actually go outside at the moment, and we broke those down and thought about physical activities we could take part in that would not meet those barriers. And then the next part was us sort of setting about every student setting a specific goal to try and sort of develop that target area of their well-being. So, you know, we gave them a variety of options in a drop-down box, but encouraged them to come up with things that they really wanted to achieve using physical activity that they will enjoy. Okay, a lot of our students didn't know what they enjoy, so our sort of current process is getting them to try as much as possible. You know, what we do as physical educators all the time, trying to find something for lifelong participation and learning, and this has been really successful in that. Then obviously the next part is giving them opportunities, and that is what we've done in abundance, I believe. We do 10 live YouTube sessions each week, which we've called Eagles Live, ranging from HIIT sessions at 7 in the morning to yoga, to martial arts, basketball, football, coordination. So just trying to offer as much as possible. On top of that, we've created an interactive wellbeing guide, which is just a huge bank of sort of online resources, all hyperlinked, making it easy for our stakeholders, students, parents, teachers to get involved. And finally, through the Swerkit Youth Initiative, we obtained sort of over 1,000 free annual subscriptions to Swerkit, which is basically a personal training app that's amazing. We've used it in lessons, and now the students are starting to use this on their own, which is fantastic. Highly recommended that you get in contact with Swerkit and sort that out. So, and then we just showed them all other options that are available on the internet through sort of monthly challenges, sit-up challenges, plank challenges, press-up challenges, just giving them as many possible opportunities as possible. On top of that, we're running a sort of house kilometre challenge, so lots of them getting out, sort of running, jogging, walking, cycling, which has been pretty successful. The more competitive ones getting on their bike because they've worked out the kilometres are higher. But yeah, that's what we're offering around the lessons, which is really helpful. And then the final piece of the puzzle, really, and the bit that we've found massively advantageous for us and for the students, is our weekly lessons are no longer us sort of leading a fitness session or a coordination session, as we do that during the YouTube. For the students that want to do that can do that. So weekly lessons, so we have 60 to 80 minutes for our lessons, and we meet every single student for a sort of 3 to 5 minute chat. Okay, these have been hugely beneficial to me coming in, getting to know the students. We sort of go through an activity log that they keep up, a really simple Google spreadsheet or team spreadsheet, and we don't put too much emphasis on this. It's great if they filled it in, but we're not being too hard on that. We just want them to be able to talk to us, talk about what they've done, and most importantly, how they're feeling. So our sort of main questions are: what have you done in the last 7 days? How's that meeting your goal? How many minutes approximately do you think you've been active for? Again, we normally have to sort of work that out with them. And then the big one for us is, what is your overall well-being score this week out of 10? 1 being really low, 10 being I feel amazing. And we're getting a real range, and each week we sort of ask that question and dive a little bit deeper. Why are you feeling a little bit better this week? Why are you feeling a little bit lower? What things are getting you up to 8 that make you feel good? What things are dragging you down a little bit? A lot of the time it's pressure from work and homework. Some people just struggling being locked inside. So we have those discussions, and the feedback from students and parents has been outstanding. So highly recommend that you run a similar project. It's been really good for our teachers, students and parents, and the staff are looking to get involved a little bit more too. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. It's liam.streat@tenby.edu.my, and I'm more than happy to share resources and go through it in a bit more detail.